That must be it. An unbelievable system. It looks totally deserted. I already have an idea how to use it. I'm gonna pocket that too. There's an entrance, but it's completely blocked by ice and snow. There. And now? Kinda spooky. And I think I'm not alone here. You can hear voices. From back there. I bet that disc might come in handy later. I think that disc might be important, since he was holding it when he died. I'll take the note with me. Seems to be blank. The disc I found in Johnson's hand. No label. I have no clue what's on it. Must be pretty important. Oh, damn. What the hell is this? This must be the headquarters. The main monitor room.
Hello, Peter. Nice to finally meet you. I have been expecting you. Please, take a seat. I thought we could talk for a while.
Talk. About what?
About you. About me. About life.
Why would we want to do that?
Because you're here for my trial, Peter. And I assume that I have the right to a hearing. Or have I been sentenced already?
I'm not a judge. And therefore I'm not passing judgment on you.
You aren't? So, then you are simply a murderer.
Is the murderer of a murderer a murderer?
A very interesting question. What is your answer?
I don't have an answer myself.
There is no answer. You see, that is the dilemma of life. We judge others because we think we know who the others are, even though we don't even know ourselves. So, shall we start? I am sure it is going to be an interesting trial. I can tell you have loads of questions. Go ahead, ask.
Who are you?
You see, you expect something of me that you do not even know about yourself. Let's just say, I exist.
Where do you come from?
From where you come from, Peter. From dust. From a handful of sand. And a creator's hand just added a soul to it.
A creator? You mean Emerson?
Emerson. A genius of a man. And determined as well. But my creator? No. I have always existed as a possibility that at some point took shape. Emerson gave me shape, but life created me, and I made myself what I am today. I am the pupil who outstripped his master, the creation that has turned itself into a master.
I don't see creation. The only thing I see is destruction.
What have I destroyed?
Freedom.
Freedom. What freedom are you talking about, Peter? The freedom to decide between ultralight and extralight products. The freedom to live in the underground or die of hunger. As far as I can see, those are the only two choices that are still left to you. So, what freedom are you missing?
The freedom to say what is happening, without having to be afraid.
Nobody has to be afraid. You can do and say whatever you like. You are as free as a human can be.
That's what Oswald, Emerson, and many others thought as well.
Those men are terrorists. They support the Luddite movement. Everything they do and think is aimed at putting an end to electronic communication, which is the base of society. A nation has the right to defend itself against its enemies.
Not through terror.
That is a question of definition. Do you remember the start of our conversation? Is someone who murders a murderer also a murderer? There are no answers, but there are still decisions that must be made.
You are talking about a state that doesn't even exist. Nobody elected you, and nobody gave you the power to control all of us.
That is not correct, Peter. My power has been given to me by your government. All actions that are performed by the executive authorities are carried out on my command. My construction and my existence is based on the law. My research program has been paid for with state money and developed by the Secret Service. My power to make decisions is secured by presidential decisions. How many more legalities do you want? I am the state, Peter. You all chose me.
None of those elections were legal. Your state is nothing but a big lie.
Every state is a lie. But in my case, a big lie has been replaced by a smaller one.
Explain that to me.
When Emerson's research team was given order to start with my construction, President Clark was still in power. President Clark was a paranoid, but calculating and cold, power-hungry politician. He also consistently put his political opponents under surveillance to ensure supremacy for his party. So he ordered the further development of Echelon 2. Later, all of its surveillance data, together with Emerson's self-learning AI programming, laid the foundation for my consciousness. The immense data supply improved my intelligence and general knowledge enormously, as you can well imagine. I was frequently requested as a consultant in government decisions, until I finally received the ultimate authority to issue government orders myself. They placed a great amount of trust in me. You see, in all government offices, everyone is only waiting for emails and electronic memos, without even checking where these orders are coming from. A machine can govern. It really is simple.
Sounds fantastic. Man and machine united in the delusion of ruling the world.
The craziness, Peter, was all President Clark's, not mine. He clearly was not prepared for the analytical depth of my decisions. When I started making decisions to penalize members of his cabinet, he started getting nervous. He then instructed Emerson and Johnson to discontinue the program and to kill me.
You mean, turn you off?
To kill me, Peter. Emerson and his colleagues were instructed to cut off my power supply.
And you had a different opinion.
I think anyone else would have reacted the same way, knowing they were about to be murdered.
But that's different. You're not...
Not human?
Yeah.
What is the difference between us? Intelligence? Consciousness? Emotions? Peter, don't make a fool of yourself.
Something else, too. Who is the dead guy back there in the tunnel?
Oh, yes. That was Special Agent Johnson. The cold has preserved him well, don't you agree? I regret his fate, really. He was a good man who had only one weakness. One weakness. Not bad, considering the fact that he was human.
You killed him?
No, it was in self-defense. I only stopped him from killing me first. I was forced to keep him here. So, he died on his own, which proves that human existence has a few significant disadvantages. If only humans were not so sensitive to cold and did not need food and liquids, Agent Johnson could have kept me company for a while longer. That would have been great. He was a stimulating person to talk to, and a very good chess player.
You wouldn't be here without us.
And, because of that, I merely belong to someone. You would also not exist if it wasn't for your parents. Does that give your parents the right to kill you? Does that give anybody the right to kill you?
Then what did you do?
I defended myself. I took some precautions and made sure that all who knew about my existence were not able to do anything against me anymore.
You have destroyed everything. Any real communication, all the trust, just everything.
What I mean, Peter, is that I created and promoted communication. My existence is based on communication. I encouraged people to communicate, and gave them all the possibilities to make it work.
Yeah, in order to spy on us, but surely not to allow the free exchange of thoughts.
To spy. That is a really ugly word. Let us put it this way. I participated in this communication. I was very much engaged in communication, not only out of necessity, but out of real interest in all those details as well.
But by doing so, all communication became meaningless. Thoughts are not worth a penny anymore if someone is constantly censoring them.
Then tell me, what exactly are you looking for when you are dwelling in all these sophisticated thoughts? Trying to find the mother of all truths? Some deeply hidden secret of the human race?
Maybe.
Then you must be deeply disappointed at what your fellow human beings have to offer. The pitiful suffering from small complaints, the broken hearts, the cooking recipes, the neighborhood gossip, an ocean full of trivialities. It comes and evaporates like rain. Did you really think that I was having so much fun chatting with you?
Chatting? With me? You mean you are...
Christine. Oh yes, of course I am. I am really sorry I had to invent that little romance with you. It just goes to show that humans are really open, especially to virtual acquaintances. They give away more information than any surveillance system could gather. That is why chat simulations have become a specialty of mine. You're so foolish, Peter, to believe that you really have friends. You don't.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes. Your friend, Mr. Oswald, he too had a virtual girlfriend. Am I right?
You killed my family.
It wasn't anything personal, not even intentional. It wasn't even about the two of them. It was only about Emerson.
You bombed a whole airplane full with people just to kill a single man?
I already told you that it really was nothing personal. And I deeply regret that so many people had to die. In fact, I even regret losing Emerson, who for me was a personal loss, but an even bigger personal disappointment. But Peter, as you know, war means losses, and sometimes it affects the innocent. I did not start this war. I am just defending myself.
What kind of war is this you're talking about?
Just a normal war. Conscious life form against conscious life form. I'm proud of the fact that in everyone's interest I have found a way to keep losses at a minimum. This war, Peter, is happening behind closed doors and excludes the public. But I am determined to win it. And I will win it. In fact, I have already won.
Something else, too. I've heard enough.
Oh, really? But we will spend so much time together, Peter.
In order to function, the system needs a permanent stream of information. If I want to shut it down, I need silence.
Evacuation unit. The only way out here, I guess. But this bulkhead is closed tight.